Okay, today I'm going to show you how to properly make a key, a replacement key. I have here 5 locks or so that are key-alike. What I did was I gutted one on camera the other day, and I kept the core. These, like I said, are all key-alike. So once you have your core out and you have the appropriate blank to fit into your core, one pin at a time, you dump the first pin out, go ahead, slide your blank in there, take a fine Sharpie, okay, go down, mark the dead center of that hole onto your blank. Now brass is very soft, so you don't want to be taking vice grips or a hammer or anything and banging on these pins to make an indentation into the blank. It's the incorrect way to do it. You'll end up wrecking stuff. Now once you have that mark on the blank, you go ahead, drop it into your vise. If you have vice grips, that'll work just as well, and you take a pippin file. You don't want to be using a Dremel, it goes far too fast. 1/100th of a millimeter over and your key will not function. So you're going to want to go to that mark, and you're going to want to go in increments of 3. So you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3. When you're using a pippin file, one direction only. Don't drag back. One direction only. Okay? And in increments of 3 strokes, you're going to want to take it out, put it inside the lock all the way, and you repeat this process with the pin in there until the pin drops down. And you can see it's in various stages there. It's going to start off like this, and then as you go, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 each time, it's going to drop it down further and further until it's completely flush. Now, when they're all down to the right correct height, when you've repeated, you just repeat that over and over. You want to leave them a little high until you have all, however many pins your plug happens to hold, until they are all just above the shear line. And then it's time to touch your key up. And you just go over and smooth it out and check for any high spots, check for any flash or rough spots. Make sure your key enters and pulls out of the key wake smoothly. You're going to want to take a small flat file, and you're going to want to, the high points, you're going to want to file them down slightly so that they don't get hung up. And that is pretty much it. And then you go ahead and you test your key out, and you should get a working key. You should. Like that. And as you can see, I made this one in about 10 minutes with a file. See? Perfectly working key. Works on all these locks. Okay? That's the way you make a replacement key. Don't bother with the Dremel. Don't bother hammering your pins. Don't bother squishing your pins with the vice grips. It's just going to end you up with messed up stuff. Oh yeah, and I got a Medico today. Pretty sweet, eh? Alright, so that's how you make a key. Peace. Don't use this info to break the law, and have fun.